time again. Ready to party. We ready to party. Well, it's Regatta time again.
And the Martin collaboration. Everybody ready for action. Everybody watch the people.
Yeah. I'm going Long Island.
Yes, it's regatta time here in Salt on Long Island. And imagine waking up to this beautiful scene. Thanks to our drone operator Warren Sanders. When we got here this morning, this is what we saw. The sails were down on all the sloops in the A, B, and C class, and the sun was just coming up. The water was calm, perfect winds. This place was blessed this morning. Imagine waking up to that. June 6th, Salt Pond, Long Island, and this is the current condition right now. Some sloops are still in the harbor. The A-class sloops are on the line, getting ready to go out there in their first series race. What a day it is. Thanks everybody for joining us here on Long Island. It's regatta time, the 52nd Long Island Regatta from Salt Pond, Exuma. What a show we have in store for you today. It's going to be exciting. I'm telling you, I'm excited and all to even watch this show here today because we have lots to show you, not only on the seas, but also what Long Island has to offer. If you've never been to Long Island, this show is going to make you want to come on down. And if you're a sailing fan, this regatta site is one you don't ever want to miss. The 52nd Long Island Regatta is in full swing here in Salt Pond. The band is in the background playing some good music as folks are anticipating the start of the A-Class First Series race. They raced earlier this morning. It was a hectic day of sailing. As you know the story, they got a late start due to the late arrival of the barge, and yesterday they got things started with the Ministry of Tourism Cup in Class A. 7 boats went to the line. Southern Cross led for most of the race. That is Josh Green and crew. But the man who knows this harbor the best, Stefan Knowles aboard Running Tide, taking the Class A Ministry of Tourism Cup. The Legend was second. Red Stripe came in third. Rough Justice out of Mangrove Bush fourth. Ed Sky fifth. Good News was sixth, and we told you about Southern Cross, what led for most of the race. They did not finish after running aground. That was yesterday in Class A. That was the only race sailed yesterday. They were scheduled to get in some more races, but due to time constraint, they were only able to get in that A-Class. Now, earlier today, they started out bright and early this morning, 9 o'clock. The skippers were getting ready to head to their sloops. You know that the sloops are way out there in the water, so they had to be ferried over to their respective sloop. There are some of the sloopers, the sailors getting ready to go on down, getting set, some on the dock and all waiting to be transferred over. Stefan Knowles and crew anticipating a very long day of sailing. There's the committee boat and Commodore Chester Fox. He is also responsible for taking things over and making sure the regatta is in smooth sailing. The waters were perfect as they got started this morning. The sails were down, and once they were out there on the water, it was time to let's go. And there is Eugene Maury. He is responsible for firing the cannon. It may be small in stature, but that little thing can make a lot of noise when it is sounded every half hour to signal a warning, and then when time for the race to go away, it's signal again, and then when the race is finished, you hear the cannon. That is Eugene Maury making sure that his gun is ready, just like how the sailors are making sure that their sloops are ready by rigging and making sure they have the right sail and the right crew. There he goes, rigging his little cannon to signal the start of the race, and there it goes. And then they were out on the water in Class B in the Susanna Cartwright Memorial Cup. 11 boats took to the water in this one, and I told you from the beginning, from the sun came up, the weather was perfect for sailing, and here they were in order. And once again, no doubt about it, New Susan Chase, skipped by Stefan Knowles. They won this morning Susan Cartman Memorial Cup. Old Boy was second. Lonesome Dove came in third. Tarian fourth. Barbarian fifth. Lady Natalie finished 6th. Sonia was 7th. Aunt Ness 8th. Udiva 9th. Coming in 10th was Cobra, and Queen Drusilla rounded out the field. That was not the only race for the crew this morning in Class B, because right after that they headed right back out on the line and they got in their first series race. 11 boats started, and once again, like it was in the Susanna Cartman Memorial Cup, it was Stefan Knowles aboard New Susan Chase taking the cannon. This time it was Lonesome Dove who finished earlier that day third. They were in second. Old Boy, who finished the first Memorial Cup race in second, they finished third. And Udiva was able to get things together. They finished fourth in the first series race today. So the B class, they are done for today. And once again, the top skipper coming out of that was Stefan Knowles.
The breeze today is a little shifty. The wind was over in the northeast earlier. It went all the way in the southwest, and now it looked like it's back around in the northeast. So it's very tricky out there racing today. The Dove got a lead on us twice, and I just had to sail from behind and catch up.
Yeah, on that last lap, I see you right out there. You made a good tack when they looked like they were out front.
Yeah. Well, like I told him in Georgetown, the Chase is a very fast boat. So once we handle her right, put on the right sail, she could be up in the numbers.
How is your familiarity with these waters helping to your advantage?
I've been sailing in Saltburn now for 28 years. So, you could do the math. And Saltburn is a very tricky place to sail. The wind shifts a lot. In Georgetown, unless the wind is off the land, it doesn't be like that often. So, it's experience. I've been racing in certain places in this harbor when the wind is over here. At you tack, you get breeze. Certain places you don't get it. And it all depends on the direction.
All three, A, B, and C, are we going to get it?
Well, I ain't going to say nothing about that. We still got another 2.5 days of racing. I can let the talking on the water speak for itself.
So the B-class sloops are done for today, and the A-class sloops are getting set to sail their first series race. Also coming up this afternoon, the C-class will sail 2 races, so lots of excitement still to go on the water. We're going to take our first break here from Regatta site here in Salt Pond, Long Island, the 52nd edition. And when we come back, boy, it's going to be exciting. I told you, we'll also have interviews. We'll also show you some of the sights and sound of the island. But before we go, we'd like to say a special thanks to our sponsors, Atlantic College, designer clothing shop Smart, Lloyd's Sporting Lounge, where we watched the NBA Finals last night, Captain Raymond Meadows, and the Flamingo Air Crew. We'll be right back here in Salt Pond with much more.
Got to go Long Island, we got to this here. Everybody that I know is gonna be there. I got to go Long Island, we got to this here. Cause everybody that I know is gonna be there. This one drinking me rum, man, this one drinking me beer. I got to go Long Island, we got to this here. Some people come from all over, some normal and some insane. Some people come on board, some people come on blade.
Hello? Okay.
Don't look at them. I have the mic over there.
Okay.
That's the guy. This caused some more trouble yesterday.
He's in trouble. I got the police to move him soon. They done move him from here this morning, When you going to?
Yeah. I'm going Long Island, folks. I hope all y'all girls and all y'all guys can be out there too. I'm going Long Island this year.
We are back here in Salt Pond, Long Island, the 52nd Long Island Regatta is in full swing, and we are now joined by Gina Burroughs-Coakley. Let me make sure I get that name right this year. She's the president of the Long Islanders Association. And Gina, welcome to Long Island.
Thank you, Charles. Glad to be here as always.
You should be telling me that, but you're normal, always here on Long Island. You must be excited and pleased the way when you came in to see how things were going.
We got off to a little bumpy start, but glad to see that everything's going smooth now. If we could get a little bit of breeze, that'll be even better, but otherwise everything seems to be going pretty good.
The area seems to be set up pretty nice this year.
Yes, and we actually have a new area. Which we call the Visitors Lounge, which accommodates the big Megatron screen. And instead of having it here, and it's a whole separate area. So if you want to watch the race up close and personal, you can just sit out on the deck, on the nice cool deck, and watch the races. And then later on in the evening, after the races are done, you'll be able to watch the basketball games.
When do you get a break? Because I know planning for this regatta is year-round. You have things in Nassau, you have things here, and you are up and down every time there's something to do with Long Island. They say, call Gina.
Yeah. July, August, supposed to be summer break. So everybody tends to do their little vacation and then or whatever. So I guess you could say July and August.
And last night we had the skippers party. The skippers seemed to enjoy themselves last night. How important is that to make these skippers feel as comfortable as possible and knowing that they are part of it?
Oh, that's very important, because if you don't have, without the skippers and the sailors, you don't have a race. So you got to keep them happy, and once they're happy, then you get the good racing. Otherwise, there's complaints, so.
And they were able to have a full 5-course meal.
2.5, maybe 3 course. Not quite the 5, but yeah. I think. And then he had some refreshments as well. So, yeah, I think they enjoyed
we are
themselves.
going to now continue as the band is playing our entertainment and all this on this year. So it's not only things on the shore, but also, not on the seas, but also on the shore.
Right. Well, we have the originals. They're from Long Island. And actually, our theme this year is just totally Long Island. So we did not bring in any artists from Nassau. All of our entertainment. Later this evening, the High Tide Band, they're from Long Island. They're guys from North Long Island. So they'll be performing this evening. And then, of course, tomorrow we have the cultural show. And we just decided to keep it totally the Long Island folks say we didn't appreciate them much, so we're giving them an opportunity to shine this year.
And the official opening ceremony is later on this afternoon, right here?
Yes, right here on the stage around 5 o'clock.
Don't go and all that pump and party, just get to it, welcome, and that's it.
Yeah, Saturday will be the big closing, and so they don't want too much to start off with. Just a good opening, just a little small opening, keep them, and then they want to go back to their rake and scrape or whatever.
And you were able to honor 3 outstanding members of the community this year.
Yes, the 3 of them in one way or the other have helped out with the regattas. You have Mr. Fox. He used to sail back in the day, and now his station is there, so he helps with the fuel and all of that. Miss Ivy, she was a sail maker. She used to sew up the sails. I'm not sure if she still does it now. And the other gentleman, Mr. Ivan Knowles, he was also a part of the sailing. And so we decided to, some of the ones that show them that they're not quite forgotten. We do appreciate what they did in the past. And that's our aim going forward, to find 2 or 3 folks every year, who's been instrumental in our regattas, and honor them.
Well, I had a chance to sit down with all 3 of those honorees, and I can tell you, Mr. Ivan Knowles, he's a character, and here's that conversation I had with Ivan Knowles, one of the honorees.
Well,
But I've been sailing almost about 40 years. More than that might be longer than that, because I'm 88. So, yeah, I mean, we just sail from fishing days, we just sail. Well, that's all we had to do, to go fishing. We had to go sailing. We didn't have the motors them days. So we just get the sailing boats and go sailing, and reach the race coming back too, It was put together, because we had to go from Ireland and down Kong Point and them places and sailing boat. We come back, we got about 8 or 10 dinghies, and that's when we races coming back. That's our fun.
After all these years, how do you feel about being honored by the committee?
I'm glad of it. I'm glad of it, man. How you mean? Someone know who I is. A good laugh or something. Huh? Ah, boy, man, we used to have fun. Right on the island, I was 88 and I still go fishing and I have my fun. But my old lady's like these days. She died last year. She had cancer for 4 stage bad years.
So we love the water.
Oh, she used to like it too. Most every weekend we used to go camping. You know, me and the children go up to Galloway, you go anywhere and go camp, spend out 2 or 3 nights and come back.
Did you feel you could go back out on a boat today and help and sail?
Any boat I go on and come in first. Oh yeah, you see me go around, she come in first. See that tacking? Most of these fellas lose in the race by tacking, bad tacks.
Who's going to win this year's regatta?
How about that hard to tell? Yeah.
Who in Class C? Who's going to win Class C?
Well, I tell you one thing, if they get the Sienna straight, they can hell to beat the Sienna.
Who's going to win B? Who's going to win B?
Well, I don't know. It's a tough set in there.
Okay, what about
The
A?
Chase and the 2 other boats, they good sails.
What about A?
Well, they, that's a tiny too.
But you have one new legend, huh?
The new legend, yeah, the new legend, she sails good. But well, sailing boat is funny. You could go right in, I got the boat on the wind and knocking off, hit me off, and she took over.
Yeah.
You can't swim on a boat sailing. You know what I mean? I mean, you could got as fast as you could, but one knocking off, that's realities. You understand what I'm saying? One knocking off.
That is the honorary Ivan Knowles. I learned a lot from him yesterday, just sitting down and listening to him, and he'll feature the other 2 honorees come Friday and Saturday, so make sure to tune into that. But yesterday, you know that the late arrival of the barge, we didn't get out there yesterday until 6 o'clock in the evening, so some kids found time to amuse us as well. This is one of the most beautifulest harbor in the world, I must say that. They were enjoying themselves. I asked them another question, and they also got a visitor.
Jumping off the dock, petting the manta ray. Jumping off the dock. Jumping off the dock and playing with the manatee.
What was that y'all were petting?
That was the manatee.
Okay. And then y'all were scared. How come?
Because we actually used it. They don't do nothing to you.
No? Let's talk about it. What kind of fish is that?
It's a sea cow.
Yeah.
Turtle. I mean, not a sea turtle. I mean, like a sea. It's like a sea cow. Big as a whale, though. It's big like a baby whale.
So y'all go fish the advantage of living here in Long Island.
Plenty water and the best regatta. More freedom. Like more freedom, yeah.
I like catching fish and having a great time with your family and stuff.
I like catching the big fish and just having fun with your family. I like doing it because when you get that fish on your line, you start getting excited. I like it because it feels good when the fish biting and you're catching them.
Those kids were definitely having fun. I wish I could have joined them. And Jane, it takes a lot to put on this regatta.
Quite a bit, yes. You know, we have some sponsors in Nassau. We have some up here as well. But we do a lot of fundraising in Nassau. We start the year with, usually it's the mini regatta, the Captain Switch-Up Regatta in Montague Bay. And then there's the fair, the raffle. We had a boat cruise week before last, gearing up everybody for Long Island Regatta to get, we were saying we'd just let the boat come straight to Long Island, instead of going back to Nassau. But yeah, so we do quite a bit of fundraising. Probably September or October now, we'll have another boat cruise because we got to go back and start all over again. So we have 1 or 2 more stuff for the year. But I must say thank you. We have certain people in Nassau, certain sponsors that we go to them 5 or 6 times a year, and every time I'm sure when they see Keith coming, they're like, "Oh Lord, what now?" But time and time again, they dig in their pockets and they help us out as best. And we do it all for Long Island. This is Long Island's opportunity to shine.
Yes, it is Long Island. It's regatta time. We're going to let Gina stay right here. We're going to take our final break, and when we come back, much, much more of the sights and sounds.
It hope all your girls and all your guys could be out there too. I'm going Long Island this year. We got to go Long Island, we got to this year. 'Cause everybody that I know is gonna be there. This one drinking the wrong man, this one drinking the bell. We got to go Long Island, we got to this year. When we go Long Island, so much things to see. Got to go up Clarence Town to hear my family. When we go Long Island, so much things to do.
It's the heartbeat of
Yeah. I'm going Long Island, folks. I hope all your girls and all your guys could be out there too. I'm going Long Island this year. We got to go Long Island, we got to this year. 'Cause everybody that I know is gonna be there. This one drinking the wrong man, this one.
Yes, we are back here in the Rake and Scrape, the originals, making sure that everybody is entertained while they are not watching the action on the seas. The skippers are not the only persons in this regatta. That is very, very important. They make sure that the results are recorded, tabulated, and everybody gets their prizes at the end. The statisticians, they are a big part of this as well.
it's the heartbeat of the regatta right now. We have the movie group here with their reporter Reg Smith and his people who he's interviewing, and then you have Rafi, the announcer here, and myself keeping the scores and making sure that everything is going the way it should go. So it's basically the heartbeat of regatta.
So you guys have a bird's eye view, and whatever yours says, go start.
Well, we have a bird's eye view, plus we have communication with the boats out there, the rescue boats, the lead boats, and the Commodore is out to sea, so we are able to communicate with him as well. And anything that goes on out there, it comes to us first, so we get a pretty good idea. And that's where everything takes place out there. So you would have a situation where a boat is going around the buoy, one of the rescue boats or the committee boats would be there, and if the boat happens to touch the buoy, we would know before anyone else on the land, and we were able to penalize them. So by the time they come in, if there is a protest, we could say to them, well, the committee has already reported to us, and we have done what needs to be done. And once they're satisfied, it avoids having to have call the protest committee in and having a confrontation, So, and the skippers are very cooperative. Once you explain to them what took place and they see that you are on top of the game, they walk away and they thank you.
And Jenny, you're telling me Mr. Larry Cartwright flew all the way in from New York, especially for this moment.
That's right. He has a diplomatic post over there. But, and we were pondering who we were going to get to be the statistician. But he's right here. I guess he makes sure his vacation is set for this particular week. He's right here.
And it's all about what you wear coming to this regatta. You have on your Long Island Strong t-shirts, and you have a boot up here. Everybody coming here to Long Island, make sure you get the t-shirt, right?
Yes, we have our special regatta shirt, which we have in a ice blue this year, and then we have our Long Island Strong shirts. We brought this logo out 2 years ago, last year. We have a non-stop supply for the Long Island Strong. For every shirt we bring out, we have to get another order Long Island Strong. And guaranteed by the time we leave regatta and have run out of shirts, somebody can be sending in a request for some more Long Island Strong.
So make sure you get your Long Island Strong t-shirts when you're coming down here to the regatta site. Also, there is another place, a new fashion trend on the island. They are calling themselves the new fashion statement on the island. Starfish traders, started by 3 friends.
We decided to use the natural stuff that we have here, like the straw, and incorporate it with the fabric. And we come together and we're trying to make things from Long Island and not China. People come to our island and they're looking for stuff, and when they say, is this from China? They don't believe what we do. Bahamians have talent. Long Islanders have talent. So right now we are showcasing what we can do here on Long Island to promote the Bahamas. We also have some other products on the other side with the cloth mixed with these. We call these are the island zipper ladies. We call this. It's like a pouch. You can make it into what you want it to be, you know. And it's incorporated with fabric. We also have the wristlets. You can use it as a carry-on. Just put it on put your phone and your wallet. Okay. And these dresses, we are getting into the dresses now. These are newly done. We're gonna, in the summertime now, we're gonna be going into the clothing line.
All with some artistic talent. But how did they get started?
There was a few persons from away. Some missionaries were asking people to come and learn how to sew freely. They were giving free lessons, and she told me to go because I never liked sewing. I'm more with the craft stuff than sewing. So I went, and when I saw what was happening, I told her to come. I encouraged her to come, but she already know how to do that.
Their hope is to expand the business outside of Long Island.
Right now, we have a connection with Sandpiper in Exuma, and there had been folks who were just buying and taking back to the U.S. And plus we have it on Facebook, on Etsy. You can go on, you can order, and we could ship it to you. We're in the Bahamas, really.
So you have your choice of fashion, and Gina is holding up one right now, a different style.
Yes, this is our Regatta shirt. On the front, it says Long Island Regatta, and it asks, Buck, who you for? And then on the back, here is our beautiful Regatta logo. And then on the sleeve, we have Long Island.
So when they come on down, where can they come and purchase these?
They can come right up on the stage. We have the desk set up, and we have from small to 3X in both styles. And we have some juniors as well. And these are the dry fit shirts. So when you get wet or whatever, they dry out fast and they're cool.
I'd like to thank Gina for joining us here on Long Island. It's Regatta time, and she's one of those that made our trip here possible and making sure that we have a good time. Thanks a lot, Gina, and your crew. Long Islanders Association made me want to feel like I'm a part of Long Island now. Thank you very much. Anybody want to thank before we go?
I just want to say a big shout out to my committee, the Long Islanders Association, my directors, who's been working really hard, and for the members in Nassau. We have members in Freeport as well. We have a team over there, and then of course the Long Island Sailing Club. Because without all of them, this really wouldn't be happening. And thanks to Z&S. I mean, I've had so many compliments in the past couple of days. Somebody actually told me today, I'm almost tired of hearing about Long Island. Every time I turn on Z&S, there's something on there. I said, well, thank God it's about time.
Thanks a lot, Gina, for us making it possible. So if you were wondering where you were going to go this weekend, come on down to Long Island. I'm going to be waiting for you. We'll be back on the air tomorrow again with another show at 3:30. But don't forget to tune in this evening on the Bahamas Tonight in news and in sports. We'll have a full recap of the day's action here from Salt Pond and the 52nd Long Island Regatta. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Some people come on, play. Come and see the boat race. Come and see the plantation fields. Come and see how these people live.
Time again, ready to party. We ready to party. Well, it's Regatta time.
It's your boy, this. And the Martin collaboration. Everybody ready for action. Everybody. Watch the people. Watch the masses. body float. Watch the people